Hola mis amigos and possible amigas, my name is Taff316 and welcome to episode 103 of Reading Your Comments. It is Thursday or maybe Wednesday for those of you on Patreon, getting option to watch this a day early. Shout out to those of you who are doing that. But regardless of what day you're watching this on, let's read some comments. There's a 70s comedy called Porridge starring the legend Ronnie Baker. It was set in a prison. Still very funny after 40 years, and there's 2 Christmas specials so you could react to one of those. No Way Out is the better and the first one. Got you. I think BX Kid reacted to that for the first time recently, and I read his comments, and a lot of people were saying that it's like one of the best shows ever, is what their opinion was. Interestingly enough, me personally, I've never gotten an overwhelming amount of requests to do that show, and it would definitely be a Dailymotion video, and I don't know if it would be something where I could jump to the Christmas special and still understand it. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, let me know. But I'd be interested in checking that out, if not this month, then maybe next year. I know that the actual Reading Your Comments section of this week's Reading Your Comments lasted barely more than half of the total runtime of last week's Reading Your Comments. Yeah, it depends, really. It depends on, how many comments I get on videos from the previous week, and not only how many comments, but how many comments I get that I think I can interact with, Like, for instance, one person, actually, this is the first time it's ever happened. Somebody got legitimately mad at me because I didn't read their comments and read your comments because their comment got 11 likes. And the reason I didn't read their comment is because it wasn't something I could really go off of, or I thought I could really play off of well. The comments I choose for these are comments I feel like I can bring a viewpoint to, or play off of, or do something with. I recently adopted a black cat, Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness, or Ozzy for short. That is probably the best goddamn name I can think to give to a cat, except maybe calling it Black Sabbath. Please do the 1999 Royal Family Christmas special. It's a perfect Christmas episode. Here's the thing about that. I was originally thinking about doing it, because I did a poll, which didn't last long, a couple days ago, and that poll only got about 250 votes, because I deleted it early. But it was to determine whether or not I would do the Royal Family Christmas special. And it was overwhelmingly winning for yes. But I started to have second thoughts, because I'm like, do I really want to skip that forward in the show? And I still consider that show a possible candidate for a future monthly show. So I don't know. I still may do it, but I'm kind of having second thoughts about it. Black cats get it bad the world over. My girlfriend has a black cat that she adopted. It's a purebred Norwegian forest cat, and it has the sweetest temperament. When she asked the animal shelter why someone would give up a beautiful cat, the shelter owner said black cats aren't very photogenic, so it doesn't look good on Instagram or other colored cats. Jesus Christ. She said because of their perceived ugliness, black cats are the first to be given up and last to be adopted. You see, that pisses me off. Like, that is fucking terrible. That people legitimately buy a cat with it being photogenic in mind. If you're buying an animal and your first thing that comes to your mind is it photogenic or not, you don't deserve to own an animal. For people of my age and Peter Sarafinowicz's, these are the prestige of school's education programs in the 70s and 80s. He was the guy at the end with the mustache. He was also the voice of Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace, and the Tick hit. He was the lead. Really? He was Darth Maul? Okay, so he's that guy. He actually hated the movie. I've actually seen something with him before, talking about how he hated the movie when he saw it. Did you spot Simon Pegg in this? He was the yawning guard. I did not, actually. I'll have to go back and see if I can spot him, but man, he seems like he's just in a lot of stuff. Simon's in just so many great programs. Pauline McLynn improvised the "Ride Me Sideways" line on set. Yeah, I got some comments about this too, but like, as they're going through the door, you can see them look at each other, and break. And then you can see Dermot Morgan trying not to break when she fucking yells, "Ride Me Sideways." Watch Old Grey Whistle Thief next. It's a brilliant episode. Great channel. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. And currently, I'm not committing this 100%. I'm thinking about for Father Ted in January. My current plan is probably to do the Mainland and Old Grey Whistle Thief theft in January. That's not concrete, but if you were to ask me right now what episodes I'd be doing in January, that would be my answer. Please watch the Mainland and Rockahula Ted next. You don't need to see One Foot in the Grave to enjoy the Mainland. You see, here's the thing about that. You might technically be correct, because it is just a catchphrase, apparently, from One Foot in the Grave. I just need to know. But I think most people saying you need to watch One Foot in the Grave to enjoy the Mainland are using it as an excuse to get me to watch One Foot in the Grave, which, fair enough. I would love to watch it, and I still will be doing an episode of it before we do the Mainland. think that nun that was talking a lot was the same nun that ate all the chocolate and gave Ted and Dougal the daily punishments. Oh, Sister Asumpta was her name, right? Okay, yeah. I thought she looked familiar. I didn't even put that together at the time, though. One of the cutest facts about Outnumbered is that Claire Skinner and Hugh Dennis, who play the mom and dad, ended up together in real life. Really? Are they still together? Because that's pretty cool. When's the last time they did a reunion? Because, I mean, I imagine with them, being a couple in real life, unless, the kids are busy, it would be a little bit easier to get a reunion together. Hey, Noah, will you be putting this year's Christmas gift wrapping up again? I don't know, because when I did that last year, it wasn't planned or anything. Here's the story behind this. So, some of you may have no idea what any of this means, but I'll try to put it the best I can so everyone can understand. So I was buying a new graphics card for my computer. Graphics cards are the things that amplify the graphics and run. Better graphics cards will help you run, more advanced games as graphics get more advanced. I bought a new graphics card around this time last year. And it cost me $600. And now what I didn't know is that on the back of this newer graphics card, there's only one HDMI port. HDMI ports are what you use to plug your monitor in. So I have a 2-monitor setup. I have one here, one there. And I kind of need that for streaming because I have the game here when I stream, and I have here the chat and my broadcast software so I can see if everything's going okay with the stream and all that. So I can't see all that if I only have one monitor. So I had to order a converter where I plug the converter into the graphics card and then the monitor into the converter, and then I can have 2 monitors. It was going to come 2-day shipping, so I ordered the first converter, and I get the package, I open it up, there's nothing in the package. They sent me an empty package, so I had to order it again, 2-day shipping again. I got it that time, but it took me a total of 4 days. So for 4 days, I could not stream on my computer, and I instead had to stream off my phone, and I had to think of random shit to do. So I'm like, oh, I got some of the stuff that I'm gonna get. I've got some of the presents I bought in the mail. I'll just wrap those on the stream. And then I'm like, this could make an interesting video if I edit it down. So I edited it down and made a video out of it. So it was completely on a whim and not planned at all. That being said, a lot of people seem to enjoy it. So could I do it again this year? Maybe. I'd love it if you did more episodes. I love Outnumbered. I think I definitely will. Some people are telling me to skip the Christmas special. I don't know about all that. It might be something I want to do in order. But it was, again, just unique to any show I'd seen just because it was the perfect representation of real life. It was maybe the realest show I've ever seen. It was incredibly relatable, and it did well as well. So yeah, I think we'll definitely do more. The best part of Bullseye is when people want a boat and lived in the part of the country nowhere near the sea. Why did they always give out boats? Because apparently they always gave out boats. Why was that? Did they, accidentally inherit a boat warehouse? And they're like, okay, we gotta get rid of all these fucking boats. Let's just give them to Bullseye and have them give up boats all the time. You've seen Dave Spikey. He played Jerry in Phoenix Nights and co-wrote. Oh, he's Jerry St. Clair. Okay, I didn't actually ever know his name. And I didn't click on his page on Wikipedia. I probably should have just clicked on the page, but I had never actually heard his real name until then. Last time I was this early, Taft thought tea was juice. Jesus, that's a throwback. For those of you who are interested in seeing how many people I upset by confusing tea with juice, go to American Reacts to British Commercials 2 and look at the like to dislike ratio. Darts is massively popular over here. The live crowds at darts events are like a party, thousands of people all going absolutely apeshit for 2 fat hairy blokes playing a pub game. Here's the thing, it's a sport here as well, and there are national dart tournaments as well, and it is on TV, but it's usually on very obscure networks that not everybody gets, or don't just get a lot of views in general. It's like one of them networks with a basic cable package. You get a package with 99 channels. It's like channel 67 or something, That's on one of those obscure channels. And I think here it's mainly just kind of seen as a bar game, like something you have in a bar. It's like, oh, what do I got? Every bar is a dartboard. In a bar you play darts is what you do. But it's not really that huge in America. When a third couple came on, son, I'm a mining surveyor. Dad, I'm a miner, and so is my son. The program aired in the early 80s. I thought, oh, you poor bastards. You don't know it yet, but you won't be long until you're all out of a job and on the breadline. Yeah, well, ding dong, the witch is dead, am I right? One of the contestants on another episode of Bullseye was later convicted of murder. I heard about that. It was actually a section of that on the Wikipedia page. That reminded me of an episode of The Dating Game in the US. It's a game where, like, you ever seen, like, they've parodied it on so many things, like contestant number 1, what do you like about blah blah blah, contestant number 2, you know, what's your ideal, you know, blah blah. It's like 3 guys and a woman in a chair trying to pick one, or vice versa, you know, 3 women and a guy. There was a guy on The Dating Game in the US, I forget his name, but turns out he was a serial killer and killed like 14 people or something like that. Just look up Dating Game serial killer and you'll find out more about it. Do you ever cringe looking back at your older reactions? Some of them, yeah, like I was just talking about commercials too earlier. The original commercial series I cringe a lot at for a couple of reasons. One, a couple of reasons. One, I was not in a good place mentally at the time. I recorded those videos maybe 2 weeks after my best friend died in a car accident. So it was not a good mental space time for me. 2, they were very poorly edited together in a sense that you could barely hear the commercials. And some of them were so quiet you could barely hear them, and my mic was too loud. And also, I think I even admitted this in commercials too, I recorded those videos at like 5 in the morning. You know, like I was barely sleeping at the time, and I recorded them at 5 in the morning, so no wonder they were shit. So, yeah, I mean, overall I was not in a good space, and I was still new and didn't know how to boost things and all that as far as editing goes, as far as those original commercial series. It's ironic too, because that's why my channel started getting traction in the first place. The whole reason I have an audience now is because of those videos. There's some people who have been subbed to my channel for 2 years because of those videos, and some of them who might like them, but for me, personally, they're not good memories. Hopefully you reacted to them all. This is referring to Spaced. Maybe. The new episode did terribly, but then again, the first episode did take the entirety of 2020, pretty much, to get to 10k views. So, who knows? I do enjoy the show, and there's only like 14 episodes, so maybe. We'll see how it goes. The Doctor Who villain not liking Time Warp has been scratching my head. Are you mixing up John Sim, the Master in Doctor Who, with Simon Pegg? Both have short blonde hair and they're similar builds. They do kind of look the same, but no, I'm not. Episode 7 of the reboot series, which was actually the last episode I saw, Pegg was in there. He played the editor. The woman who plays Carrie in this country is on the latest series of Taskmaster. She's delightful and spends the whole time crying with laughter. There's a few comedians you recognize, come to think of it. Yeah, I think we're going to lay off Taskmaster for a bit, though. Because, so, I'm sure some of you might be out of the loop. Let me recap you on this whole situation that's gone down with Taskmaster. So first, some backstory on what a copyright strike is. The difference between a claim and a copyright. I'm going to try to give you as much information so you understand the whole thing. Because some of you might be out of the loop and never been YouTubers, don't know what any of this stuff means. So a copyright claim is when somebody puts a claim on your video and then they make money off your video. Your video's still live, but they make the monetization off it, not you. A copyright claim block is when they put a claim and to make the money, but also they block the video in certain areas, either worldwide or in certain countries. There's been a new thing going around randomly where a lot of songs are blocked in 4 places: Syria, Iran, North Korea, and Cuba. Why? Don't know. But that's going on right now. A copyright strike is when they physically have your video removed from YouTube, and a strike is put on your account. Strikes do not expire for 3 months. After 3 months, the strike expires. But if you get 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out, and your channel gets deleted. However, if you are a YouTube partner, which I am, you do get a 7-day courtesy period to try to get these strikes removed before your channel is deleted. So, had I gotten 3 strikes, my channel wouldn't have been deleted right off the bat, immediately, is the word I was looking for. But I wouldn't have been able to upload until I got the situation resolved. So the first time I was copyright striked was back in July. I had done an episode of A Touch of Cloth, which is owned by Sky, back in April. And they, to my surprise, was initially copyright blocked on YouTube. But I filed a dispute. You can dispute copyright claims, and they can decide whether to remove them or not. And after 4 days, they actually removed the claim. That's why Touch of Cloth 1 is on YouTube, because they allowed it to be on there. So I figured when I did the sequel in July, they would allow that to be on YouTube as well. So what happened is I uploaded it and it was processing. It was taking it forever to process. So I went to sleep. About an hour after I fell asleep, it finished processing. And they put the worldwide block claim on there, which I expected and I was going to dispute. But about 5 hours after that, for whatever reason, Sky copyright striked me and put a strike on my account. So that's why Touchcloth 2 was on VO, and that strike was on my account from July to October. It expired about a month ago, so that strike is no longer on my account. So with what happened a couple days ago, most of you may know, Taskmaster used to be on Dave. They switched copyright and are now on Channel 4. When they were on Dave, the copyright was owned by Little Dot Studios. If you're familiar with my channel, you know Little Dot Studios they like me, basically. And when I have a Little Dot Studios copyright claim, they remove it. That's why I have been able to put Father Ted on YouTube. That's why the first 6 episodes of The In-Betweeners are on YouTube, because it was Little Dot at the time. That's why, Phoenix Knights is on YouTube, Peter K. Fang, Big Fat Quiz Everything, Spaced, Green Wing, a number of things run by Little Dot Studios. When they moved Channel 4, it changed to Avalon. Avalon owns copyright now. Now, when I uploaded Taskmaster 3 about a month ago, there was no copyright claim, not a claim or anything. I thought that was suspicious, but I'm like, okay, they'll probably just issue a claim later on. They didn't do that. They issued a strike later on. 2 days ago, they struck me for actually, this is going up probably 3 days ago now, a couple days ago. They struck me for Taskmaster 3, and I figured, okay, well that sucks, but they won't strike me for 1 or 2 because I had already had copyright claims removed on that previously. I was wrong. Then they struck me for Taskmaster 2, which means I had 2 strikes on my account, and what also meant is that they were setting up to strike me for Taskmaster 1 probably the next day or later that same day, which would have given me 3 strikes. So I deleted all the Taskmaster videos, and I emailed them frantically. And maybe this is a mistake I made with Sky, because with Sky I emailed them, but I only emailed them once, and they sent me an automated thing saying, we'll reply to your email within 24 hours. They never replied to me. Maybe my mistake with Sky is I didn't harass them. I emailed them once, and I'm like, oh, whatever. But now I have 2 strikes, so I emailed Avalon on multiple different emails, multiple different parts of their company, basically saying, dude, I get the message, I won't upload the show anymore, I removed the videos, please don't ruin me over this, please, just remove the strikes. And to their credit, they didn't actually respond to me, but I know they read the email, because about 15 minutes after I sent it, they removed both the strikes. So, situation's all fine now. I do not have any more strikes in my account. Those Taskmaster videos will probably go up on either Dailymotion or VO at a later date. But yeah, that's we're just gonna stay away from Taskmaster in the future, because this is an experience that I would rather not relive. Is no one an American or a Brit putting on an American accent? I am an American, but can you imagine if I was actually British putting on an American accent? That would be the biggest plot twist of the 21st century. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. So the comments in this video were pulled actually from a lot of different videos, a unusual amount of videos, because last week's was the 2-year special, which means it wasn't a normal episode, so which means I didn't pull comments from the videos that had come after Reading Your Comments 102. So the comments in this video were pulled from American Rex to Would I Lie to You, Reading Your Comments 2, American Rex to Father Ted 16, American Rex to Outnumbered, American Rex to Bullseye, the Reading Your Comments 2-year anniversary special, American Rex to Space, and American Rex to This Country 2. The comments in this video, the comments for next week's Reading Your Comments, I should say, will be pulled from this video, American Rex to British Commercials 9, the reaction video that comes out tomorrow, and a reaction video that comes out this coming Monday. So those are the places to comment if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel, Free Skin Views, my Twitter. If you want to follow me, my Patreon, if you want to support me on my daily motion and my VL, all those things are down in the description down below. Thank you to all 51 as I'm currently recording this. That X number may have gone up because they just recently got charged, and some people were late at renewing. But 52 as I'm currently recording this on Tuesday night of my Patreon, so you can support me on my channel. For those of you who don't know, you can be a Patreon to me for $1, £1. It doesn't matter. I don't have tiers. It can be as low as you want. And you get access to these reading your comments videos as well as the reaction videos a day early. Also in the description is linked to community Reddit as well as the daily schedule as well as the Twitch VODs channel. For all that being said though, my name is Taffy16. This has been episode 103 of Reading Your Comments, and I'll see you guys next time.